Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today the video is about Thailand and how much it costs to live here. So hopefully if you've been wanting to come to Thailand, this will nudge you in the direction of doing that final leap of faith. And this is just me, your boy chilling out in Thailand. So we're going to be taking a look at housing, food, gym for weights, then the Muay Thai gym, motorcycle, traveling, and visa issues. Honestly, I'm not going to go too deep into visa issues because it's a whole thing. This is a very comprehensive guide, so make sure you stick until the end so you can get the full picture. So for housing, this can range widely and it can go from 250 euros a month to 2,500 euros a month, depending just on how luxurious you want your life to be, how many bedrooms, private pool. But I'll take you through some examples. So here, it's very common to have like these bedroom condos, the bungalows, and this will probably be around 250 to 300 euros. Everything here is also negotiable, so don't go for the first price they give you. And with bills, because aircon is a big thing here, electricity is pretty expensive, you'll get to around 300 to 350 euros a month. And this will include a shared pool, a kitchen, you get a double bed, and usually a living room area with a small TV and sofa, like a lounge type place. Then a house with friends, so let's say a three-bedroom house, you can get a really good house with 400 to 450 per person. You can get a private or shared pool. People always come to Thailand, and I'm guilty of this too, thinking that, pool, I need a pool, I'm going to use the pool so much. I'm in a house with a pool right now, and I've been here for 2 months. I've used the pool other than for coming after Muay Thai and just like kind of pool shower. I've used it like twice. So don't be too hung up on the pool. You're probably not going to use it. And you're much better off starting with something small and then upgrading rather than just going for the really crazy stuff and then just downgrading and not because you're not using it enough. And you also get a better kitchen, much better kitchen. The kitchen from the bungalows and the condos is not very good. Now, my house. This is my example, just to give you a little bit of an overview. I have two bedrooms, a pool. You can see from the pictures here, a huge TV. I know the TV doesn't look very big, but that's because the clock above it is humongous. Like the TV, I don't know measurements of TVs, but it's like the biggest TV I've ever had. It's huge. And it's really on the expensive side. I feel like I'm being slightly robbed. But me and I live with a friend, and we just thought that you want to live in Thailand in your 20s once. So we figured we'd splurge a little and including rents, bills, that's like aircon and water, plus cleaning. Cleaning ladies come twice a month. It's around 740, 750 euros a month, which is pretty on the expensive side for Thailand. And the reason why I will be probably moving out soon, just because for half the price or 60% of the price, I'll get 90% or 85% of the life quality and comfort. And I just feel dumb throwing money out the window when I could be doing other stuff like traveling and just money down the drain, to be honest. Now, for food. Here, food is pretty inexpensive, especially if you're trying to get it inexpensive. So Thai food usually is between 2 and 3 euros per meal for a good portion. Like you can ask for extra meat, for example. And if you're really pushing it and you're really trying to save, you can get for like $1 or $1.50 if you know the places and you go around the island or the place you're living at, really looking for the best deal. Western food, however, in restaurants is a little bit more expensive and it also ranges widely. You can eat pizza or burgers for 5 or 6 euros, and you can go to a meat restaurant where you can drop 50, 100 euros. It really varies. I also want to give you my particular example here. And what I do is I have a meal prep service in which I ask meals on WhatsApp and they bring them to me daily. And usually it varies around 7 or 8 euros. And I always ask for extra meat and extra sauce and stuff like this. So if you can pay the extra money, it's totally worth it. I really like the meals, feels really healthy. And it's just an all around good service. They come every day. You don't pay for the delivery service, just pay for the food. It's pretty good. And then I also eat a ton of steaks, usually 375 grams. That's because it's like a steak and a half, and the packs come in 250 grams. And that usually sets me back 6 euros. Had to run the math. I don't really calculate none of this, to be honest. I just buy the stuff. You can probably get cheaper steaks. I just order groceries online, and these are the steaks that are sold by the supermarket I happen to order groceries from. I'm not looking to make the best deals possible with steaks. I just buy the steaks. And then Thai food, for me, it's like 3 to 4 euros, because if I'm going out to eat, I want to eat good. So I'll ask for maybe soup, extra 3 eggs, and extra meat times two. So I'm not trying to save on Thai food as well, since it's pretty inexpensive already. Now, for the gym, also can range. I realize I'm getting a bit repetitive here because everything in Thailand can range. You can get super luxurious stuff and super on the saving side stuff, and it really depends most of the things. But I'm trying to give you examples on both ends of the spectrum as well as in between. So this then depends on where in Thailand you are. So if you're in a rural part of northern Thailand, probably gyms are going to be less expensive, and also the area in which you are in Thailand. So if you're in Koh Samui, for example, that's my example. If you're in the most touristy place, things are going to be the gym's going to be more expensive than if you're in like this, compared to this jungly part of Koh Samui where there's only Thai people. Obviously, that's going to be less expensive. Also, general stuff like is it air-conned, and the number of machines, or if there's a spa and sauna place within the gym. So the minimum I've seen here is about 20 euros per month. This is no AC. The gym is kind of outside, has shade, so it has like a ceiling. And it's a rough gym, but the location is good, and there's plenty of machines and dumbbells to cover all your needs. Like you can go squat, you can go every exercise you can think of, you can do there. Maybe there's not three squat racks, there's only one, but there's everything you need. And then the maximum I've seen here is 50 euros. This huge gym, more machines than what you know you can do with. Air-conned, great location, spa, sauna, great gym. If you're out in Koh Samui, this is called Success Gym if you want to check it out. There's also another one called Elite Gym, which I've heard is really good, but that one I haven't been in. So Success Gym, definitely a great gym. Then for Muay Thai gym, again, wide range. In my particular case, I only checked out the biggest ones, and I can give you the example for my gym, Yod Yut Muay Thai in Koh Samui. I'm paying right now 90 euros, and I can go to unlimited group classes, which are two per day, 2 hour, twice a day, plus the gym area. And the gym area has kettlebells, squat rack, bench, barbell plates. You can also get very decent workouts out of there, but it's not like the gym I was describing before, where you get more machines than what you know what to do with. This is a pretty simple gym, but especially if you know your way around fitness training, you can get like crush some fucking workouts over there, no problem. And then a regular tip, and not only for the Muay Thai gym, but for everything else that I'm discussing, you should keep a PDF of your contract on your phone so you can show people when you're buying these services, because services might be cheaper, but they'll never tell you, because obviously they're trying to make as much money as possible. They're business owners, pretty standard stuff. For example, my monthly Muay Thai subscription went from 190 euros to 90. That's less than half. And the sauna place I checked out, the monthly as well, went from 160 euros to 100, so almost half as well. It's crazy, and they'll never tell you. It's just like, I want to subscribe to this place. Okay, here's the price. You always ask, is it cheaper if I live here? They'll tell you yes or no. In case they say yes, you can show the contract. Now, for motorcycles, and we're going to be talking about renting and buying. So, renting a 50cc moped, which is what I have right now, pretty simple stuff. It will run you up about 100 euros. You can get for a little bit less, but it might be a beat up model. Or just try to get a good one, and 100 euros is pretty decent. And then if you want to go a little bit extra and get a motorcycle like this Kawasaki here, or a Yamaha 300 cc's manual gear shift, it'll run you up about 250, 300 euros. And whether or not you should buy, or what price you should buy it at, it really depends on how good a deal you get. And for buying, I would use Facebook Marketplace, or just go to motorcycle rent shops or mechanics in your area and just ask around, see if people are selling. Because I hear some people get out of the islands or the Thailand, and they just sell their bikes to the bike shops at a very low price. And they want to make a quick buck, turn it over, because they have plenty of bikes to rent already. So you might get a good price there if you're trying to buy. Now, for buying versus renting, like comparing the two. Buying, probably if you get a decent deal, in 6 months you can get your money back in the rental price only. Plus, you can sell on top of that for a profit. And renting is just less hassle. So if you did, I had a blowout recently, and they just came to my house and fixed it. I wasn't even home. I just sent them the location. They came, switched out the tires. So if you want the least hassle possible, and especially if it's your first time out in Thailand, I would just rent, even if for a month or two, and then you decide to buy. I would just rent, much less hassle. You don't have that thing in the back of your mind. What if I blow out a tire? Or what if the motorcycle just stops working and I need to go to a mechanic and pay extra? You're much better off just renting, especially like I said, if it's your first time out here. Now, buying has more risk. Like I said, if you buy it and you thrash it, you obviously lose the money on the whole bike, and then you're gonna have to buy again or rent. So you're gonna be down quite a bit of money. Now, for traveling, you can do national traveling, right? So within Thailand or international. So I was researching as well, so I could get the proper figures for this video. When a round trip, and I used examples like Samui, Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Phuket, Krabi, between 60 and 150, and I saw this with 30 to 40 days in advance, so not exactly the best price. And for international, really depends. For example, Bangkok, Hanoi would set you back 100 euros. This is also round trip, but Samui, Hanoi is 300 euros, so big difference. It really depends. The bigger the airports, obviously, and the more international the airports, the less expensive. The biggest ones in Thailand are Bangkok and Phuket. And for example, me staying in Koh Samui, Koh Samui is shit to travel. Very few air carriers fly out of here. Plus, they always have layovers in Bangkok or Phuket, so you end up paying a lot. And since there's only one air carrier doing the travels, they have like the monopoly, so they'll just charge you extra, and you need to pay if you want to fly. Now, for visas, like I said in the intro, I'm not gonna be going too much into detail, but if you just rock up and get the visa on arrival, no questions asked, you don't need to pay. You get between 30 to 60 days free. I think they're changing it right now. I got 30, but maybe next month when I go out of the country and back in, because I'm going to the Philippines for a trip, I might get 60 days free. So I'm still not completely sure on that, but the 30 is guaranteed. You get 30 days. And then after the 30 days are up, you go to immigration and you can get a 30-day extension. Also, no questions asked. You just need to pay for around 50 euros. And so let's say you got the 30 only in the first time. This is 2 months. And then after these 2 months, you need to go out of Thailand, come back in, and you get like another 30 or 60, presumably 30 days to be here, and you can extend on that as well, and you can do this for around 2 times, so you get 6 months, maybe 9 if they change this thing I was talking about in giving you 60 days when you arrive. I know this is a little bit complicated, but just bear with me here. And if you want a more comprehensive guide to visas in Thailand, just let me know in the comments and I can get that together because I had to research all that very recently. The cheapest way to get out and back into the country is doing these visa runs they have here, like the organized visa runs. You get on a van with a group of people and you just go to whatever close border they have compared to your place. I recently did this, and I did this because it was very short notice, so the flights were really expensive. Plus, I didn't want to miss a lot of training. So I did the organized visa run here in Samui to the Malaysian border, and all around it took about 17, 18 hours, catching the ferry, then van, crossing for like 20 seconds to the Malaysian border, then back in and doing the trip again, around 17 or 18 hours, and it cost me 90 euros. Also, you can just do like I'm gonna do with the Philippines trip. You can just fly out of the country, fly back in, get the new visa. And that's all from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.